What is up there, guys? My name's Aiden, and today we're back with another LEGO Minecraft review. And I might as well say I'm recording this on Friday, so it'll most likely come out late Friday, but most likely Saturday. Yeah, I tried to record this on Thursday, but the Golden Apple video took 3 hours to upload again, and also, so I had some family over and I lost stuff. So yeah, but today I'm here to talk about the new LEGO 2020 images. Now, the last video I made was 3 weeks ago, and I didn't really put the pictures in there because the whole situation had kind of burned me out, and I said to just upload it, and I forgot to add the pictures. But here I am again, and and in the last video, I gave them quite a lot of crap. But I've had some more time to think about it, and they're not as bad. Like, I'm still not a big fan of the box designs. I will get. I might have to get used to them if they decide to keep going with these, since they plan sets a year in advance, so I think we'll have an entire year of these, but still. So, yeah. The big fake sets are fine. The Panda Nursery, I really like. I did give the round cake a lot of crap, but then I realized that the round cake was really because it's supposed to show the inventory. And it's really doomed if you do, doomed if you don't, but with them going for the round cake, it's a lot easier for them to hold it, and also because there's no actual place they recommend placing it. So, yeah. Yeah, and my favorite one is the Pillager Outpost. Well, it's not an actual outpost. There's nothing wrong about it. I do think that the Pillagers maybe should have gray arms, and also they should have like a thing going down the chest. So, like, as you'll see in the trailers, they actually have like a open chest part right there. So yeah, the Taiga Adventures really don't like the fox, and LEGO better. And I'm only going to give them some leeway in the assumption that Mojang's original plan was to make the fox a reskin of the cat with a new tail. Besides that, it was just very dumb. But the main one I want to talk about is the village raid, or is it pillager raid? Raid. But still, no. Now this is the one I've had the most crap for multiple reasons. Also, I might as well say I've gotten more and more used to the flatbed design, though I still hope they can do like a mix between both half flatbed, half like the regular brick type. So yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm here to talk about why some of these sets are inaccurate. Now look, as you may know, LEGO tends to plan these sets a year in advance. That's why we have it's fallen for the same victim as like the Kylo Ren shell from 2016. The original plan was for it to be gray, but when the actual movie came out, it came out black. They decided to make it black, so that's why it's like that. So yeah. And I think if you actually see the trailer that's in the background, which as you can see now, that you can actually see the raid. And if you actually see that the Ravager is actually more of a brown. Though it's actually more of a darker brown in the trailer, which they do have, but it's mainly light brown, which is really inaccurate. I feel like dark brown would have been much better. And also, I did go into the game, same thing with the Vindicator, in which if you can also see that he actually did have a brown shirt. But I went into the game and actually checked to see what they looked like, and they did not have, and the Ravager had a little bit of gray, but the Vindicator, he had no gray. Had a little bit of, not gray. The Ravager had a little bit of brown in him, but the Vindicator, he had no brown. The design's accurate, but it's really just the shirt design. And LEGO never tends to change up the minifigures, which they don't really need to change up the printing. Just print it on a gray thing, but a dark gray thing. Boom, it's completely fixed. But I worry they won't do that, but luckily it doesn't bother me too bad, but it's just insanely inaccurate. But I can only assume because this thing actually came out not even a year. This came out like the trailer for itself came out in mid 2019, and I'm pretty sure they planned these things a year in advance. And I'm pretty sure same thing with Mojang, they planned these updates a year in advance. And it's probably longer. So I can only assume that the original plan was for them to have the Ravager be brown mob, and have the Vindicator be dark brown like the Ravager. And I can only assume the earliest design for the Ravager might have been in a light brown with dark dark brown elements. But now the actual end up design was actually gray with light gray elements with a little bit of brown. So yeah, and while I understand these, there's one more thing I'm kind of worried about. Now, like I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Lego doesn't tend to update their Minecraft figures. Now, like, I'm kind of worried they might not actually do what they did. If the next time they have a Ravager, they might just reuse the same design. But it's such a large build that I hope that they would. But I'm mainly worried about the Vindicator. It is not the Vindicator in the game. He is not brown at all. All. Oh, he is dark gray with the same printing, and they really do not tend to change it. Everything else but the dark brown isn't that big of a deal, but in the game it just makes it inaccurate. Right. Same thing with the pillagers, where they actually have like a huge thing, and it's quite noticeable if you compare them to in game. And unlike stuff like Steve and Alex not having dual-mounted arms or Alex not having boots, this is a lot bigger. So I can hope that they might suck in and just make a new print because yeah. Also, one other complaint I have is that the Ravager horns are a little too large, or they rarely sink into the head too much. You can even see them in the current clip right now, or you can get into the spawn one, and if you have Minecraft. But yeah, basically, what has happened, they've fallen for lack of information. So yeah, and that's basically it. But as I said, I'm kind of worried that they won't be able to change this, while yes, the Vindicator is technically just printed on a different thing, they kind of have to make a new print for the Pillager. And luckily that one's not as bad. It's still quite important. Like, you will be able to look at the two, and it is quite noticeable. I'd say they can I'd say the dark red isn't as bad with having it be like that, because it is kind of really red in the game. So you can keep that, but they really do. But if they really want to make it more accurate, the next wave they need to either they do need to do it in the right next wave, as soon as they can, because currently these prints are very inaccurate to insanely inaccurate. I'd say the Ravager, which to me is the in terms of the Pillagers. Besides that, the Fox, just so yeah. Anyway, what do I think will happen? Well, as I said before, I think they will actually change the Ravager, which they're also, I probably will put up a little thing that shows you like who what is if you're not familiar with the Illagers. Just if you're confused, but that'll be early in the video. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they will change the Ravager. Maybe not this year, especially if they have more Pillager sets this year. So yeah, if they have more Pillager sets this year, they won't be changed. I'd say we'd have to wait until like at least 2021, which is an entire year away. So we have quite a lot. So we have an entire year of inaccurate Pillagers, and isn't that great for fans like me who are super passionate about these guys? But you can't. But really, it's no one's actual fault. It's really just hey, we didn't have the information. We're sorry. It's just something like that. So yeah. But as for updates, so yeah, but that's basically it. And if the group is watching this, which they probably aren't, but I've already given my recommendations, just suck in and just make some new prints. If not for the Pillager, definitely for the Vindicator. He is not great. He has not had any brown in the game. I've gone up to the figure with the arms out. There's no brown there. Maybe there's little hints of brown, but he is dark gray. Great. And for the Ravager, keep the same build. Maybe find some way to shrink the horns, but that's good. Just make it dark gray. Just replace all the light brown with dark gray, and replace all the dark brown with light gray, or just keep it all gray. Basically, just make it a mainly gray build with maybe some light gray and dark brown. So yeah, Pillagers, all you really have to do is update the front. We'll just maybe add a couple more pixels, but I have really no idea. And as I said, I'm kind of worried that they won't actually be doing that. That considering once they have a print in a Minecraft set, they never tend to update it. But this is a time where it's very extreme, where it's unlike the Alex and Steve, where basically it's not that noticeable. So yeah. Also, one more thing. I'm pretty sure the pillagers actually have dark blue legs. If you look at them in the game, they have like jeans with black boots. And if we or with gray, if we see anything from like Alex, they will do. And same thing with Alex, they have the main pants is the main color without the boots. So yeah, but the black isn't that bad. So yeah, but anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am still kind of excited for these sets. I will definitely pick up all of them. My favorite one has to be the Pillager Outpost. I really like the Iron Golem. Looks pretty good. It looks like it has some cool printing. I could complete more, but it's pretty accurate. You'll have to see when I get the sets. But yeah, anyway guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.